Hey everyone, and welcome back. We have a trailer today. Movie that's releasing later this month.
When the 28th.
The 28th. Yeah, this is Rocky or Rani ki Prem Kahani, with Ravir Singh as Rocky, and I think Aliyah Bhatt as Rani. It looks like a romantic comedy movie. That's my guess anyway. Just recently we were watching the trailer for 72 Hurain, and that was, you had mentioned, the mood was very dark and...
it's a very serious topic.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is a little bit better.
Yeah. It looks lighter, so we'll check it out.
Yeah.
If you like our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. We just got an Instagram account. And you feel free to send us a message, say hello. We'll follow you back. So let's check it out. They know each other?
I think so.
यार आप तो मुझे फुल चेकआउट मार रहे हो?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to objectify you. I was.
कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है जी. ताड़ लो जितना ताड़ना देखने की चीज है बड़ी मेहनत से बनाई है जी. ऑल नेचुरल नो स्टेरॉइड. आज सुन. आई बरेली में तू बीच बाजारी जब हुस्न दिखाने जाएगी. रानी तुझे लगता है तू ही एजुकेटेड है ना? प्रॉब्लम यही है तू ना मुझे डफर समझती है. चल आज कुछ पूछ के देख. गूगल के चीथड़े नहीं फाड़ दिए ना. मेरा नाम भी रॉकी रंधावा नहीं है. वेस्ट में बट ऑब्वियो
ईस्ट में है.
ये ट्रिक क्वेश्चन था. बात तो फोन पे भी हो सकती थी.
लेकिन फिर मैं तुम्हें चेकआउट कैसे करती?
पिघला के मारी.
You have to have the music and the dancing.
What झुमका?
She's attractive.
घोड़ी पे सवार आ रहा है रानी का राजा.
Hold your horse. See, the problem is कि हमारी families बहुत अलग है.
रिश्ते का स्टीयरिंग व्हील
This is her house.
में हो. Back seat driving.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's gonna hang out with her family.
फिर क्या चाहती क्या है? मैं आके रह जाऊं तेरी फैमिली के
And
साथ.
yeah, they're gonna
तू
swap
मेरी family के
families.
साथ आके
अब
रहेगी.
तू random चीजें suggest कर रहा है कि तू मेरी family के साथ आके रहे. मैं oh my god, genius. It's a switch. 3 महीने के लिए तू मेरे घर पे और मैं तेरे.
Holy crap, for 3 months?
कर गए ना तो शायद शादी के अगले 50.
But that's a good point though, which we'll talk after this.
दादाजी. Hey, ये श्री रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर है. I know.
मात्र 42% वोटिंग. वोटिंग तो हमारा नेशनल ड्यूटी है सिटीजन्स.
मैं तो वोट देना ही बंद कर दिया. मैं तो कहता हूँ आप भी बंद ही कर दो. क्या फायदा? शमीता तो है नहीं. शमीता
कौन सी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी से है?
बिग बॉस.
Oh, yes.
Dancing.
I love it.
ना क्लास ना एजुकेशन. तुम इस लड़के के साथ शादी के बारे में सोच भी कैसे सकती हो? इन दोनों की प्रेम कहानी की औकात मैंने न दिखाई तो मेरा नाम भी धनलक्ष्मी नहीं कहला हो.
सही कहती है. हम दोनों बहुत और कितनी भी कोशिश कर लेना हमारे बीच
Wow,
फर्क खत्म.
their weddings are all
खत्म
out.
नहीं होगी. अगर ये रिश्ता खत्म हो चुका है रॉकी.
Holy crap, that looks really cool.
I don't even know if it's if it's a wedding. Might just be a
It might
party
just be like a party,
celebration.
huh?
Yeah.
वो आंटी कपड़ों के बारे में पूछ रहा था. लॉन्ड्री.
बेडरूम में जाके अपना कपड़ा निकालो, मैं आता हूँ. बेडरूम में जाकर अपना कपड़ा निकालो, मैं आता हूँ.
गलत होगा आंटी. आप रानी की मम्मी हैं.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks funny. Looks entertaining.
Dancing.
There's a few comments I wanted to make. So, I've had a few coworkers who, 3 of my coworkers have traveled back to India for their weddings. Mm-hmm. And so I got a chance to talk to all 3 of them. 2 of them had just recently gotten, not together, but they had their weddings. before I got to the company that I work for. And then one of them just recently took some time off to go back for a month and have her wedding. And I asked them, I was like, hey, you know, how different is sort of a wedding in India versus like maybe a wedding here in the US? Yeah. And they said it's very different. But they said that it's a big party. They're like, we're not talking like you invite some people over and you have like a nice like venue. It's like, no, it's like you have a massive party and everyone that you invite, their families are all like invited. And so you have hundreds of people show up.
Jeez.
Tons of food, tons of like lights, entertainment, dancing. It's like a big show, like a big spectacle. Whereas here, it's like you try to make your list of specifically who you're going to invite and you try to plan for that number of people. There, it's like you got to plan for tons of people showing up. So like, I guess very, very different. And they, at least my friend who got married, she dressed up in like, I guess what you would consider a very prom type of dress, right? Like very elegant.
The traditional, all the Indian sari, and all the jewelry and everything.
Yeah. And so it's pretty cool. And I was like, well, you should invite me one day because I want to go to one of these and see what it's like because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Chintan is engaged.
He is?
Yeah.
We'll have him invite you.
I know.
If he makes the trip back to India so we can go to the wedding.
I think they're engaged for like a year.
They've been engaged for like a year?
They will be engaged for a year, yeah. I think that's tradition. At least for his family.
I didn't think about that. But then the other thing I mentioned, this isn't necessarily like a culture thing, I don't think, unless it is. But it's such an interesting topic that before you get married, you should swap families for a week. Like just live with the other person's
3
family.
Months.
Yeah, there's just 3 months, so it sounds like a lot. But the reason why I say that's interesting is because would that change your mind of whether you'd want to marry someone or not? Like if you found out like their family's views and their like, let's just say their religion or their politics is very different than yours. And you know that if you married this person, while both of you would get along, you know that their family is very different than you. And maybe they would look at you very different. Maybe you have tattoos and they don't approve of that. Maybe you're a certain religion and they don't approve of that. Would you still go through with it?
I personally would, but because I think like the connection with that person is more important than their family. Granted, maybe our future kids will have to grow up learning different things from the other family, which is fine. Like, I don't care that they would be exposed to different beliefs and stuff. But the one thing, I don't know, because India does a lot of arranged marriages, I feel they try to match up where families are really similar. Yeah. Because maybe in the long run, it's better for the marriage. But I think if you want to make it work, then regardless of everybody's family, like you guys are the ones putting in the work. So that's what's going to make the biggest difference. Right.
And I think different cultures are different. For example, like I'm Mexican, and in my culture, like the family unit is a big deal. And the family unit is a big deal everywhere. But what I mean is after you turn 18, the expectation isn't really that you go off to college and you go live on your own, you're an adult, get out of the house. The expectation is that you're going to continue to live with your parents. And if anything, you'd move in your wife to live with your parents and your kids would grow up there. And maybe you'd live with your brother still, like everyone in the same house or around each other. Like don't move too far because it's too far from the family. Like that's what I mean by it's so family centered that it's like whoever you do marry, it's like, you know, they're going to be around your family a lot. And so if there's issues there's going to be issues like with the family. And so
you have to face it.
Yeah, you can't just like, let's just move somewhere else. We'll only see them once a month, once a year. It's so different, that culture. And so that's why I'm like, that subject is so interesting of, hey, just live with their family and would that impact your decision to get married or not? For me, it personally wouldn't. I agree with you. Like that shouldn't matter because if the families don't approve, as long as me and that person are okay, I would say, we don't ever have to see my family or we don't have to see your family. But in some places it's like, no, like the family culture is a big thing. You have to see them. It might actually impact whether you want to get married or not.
Which is, I mean, I feel like it might be kind of toxic because, like, yeah, family is important, but they shouldn't be in control of who you choose to spend
I
your
agree.
life with.
I agree.
Like, what did your parents say when you were dating? Were they like, okay, can you date somebody like this or somebody who has this values? Did they
No,
have a say?
No, not really. I think they didn't have a say because at the end of the day, whether they approved or not, I was always of the mindset that it's what I'm doing. Like
Okay.
it doesn't matter to me because it's what I'm doing. But
They knew that.
But that did they did know that, but it did cause contention because they thought I was very like, I don't need you.
Didn't listen to them.
Didn't listen to them. Yeah. It wasn't like because we were in harmony, oh, Victor will do what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
We will respect that. No, it was very like, I don't care what you say. I'm going to do whatever I want kind of mindset,
You
right?
had
So we
to.
had a lot of problems.
Oh.
So in the end, it didn't matter who I dated because they knew I was going to do what I wanted to do
Yeah.
regardless.
And it sounds like that's probably what this couple are doing, even though they still were like, okay, let's go like live with each other's families for a little bit. But
Well,
maybe.
it sounded like there was some drama like, can we even survive living together then?
Yeah.
If you can't approve of my family, if I can't approve of yours. I was like, oh, the drama.
Drama.
Anyway, end of this month, 72 Hurrane, and then we'll watch this on a lighter note. So
Yep.
we'll check it out.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Yeah, follow and invite us to a wedding. We'll go so that we can witness this firsthand.
Yes. It looks like a great time.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, we'll see ya.
bye. That's so hot.
I know, I'm like freaking sweating.
Need to get a fan in here.